Hey fellow NTW and Napoleonic fans, we are back with some more NTW 3 custom battles for you today, and today we are here at Quatre as we have 4 French armies taking on against 4 British armies with a whole bunch of allied forces involved. Plenty of Dutch, plenty of Brunswickers, Belgians, all here to side alongside the Red Coats of Britain. Yes, you can see here we have a huge mass of Frenchies. What is this formation? This would not appease the Emperor Napoleon, but yes, we have a Real Corps here marching up, and they're getting ready and into position. And it looks like they're almost instantly going in. We already have British forces set up here, but they're not quite British. They look like they are some Dutch or Belgian forces there. We have an artillery piece as well. That's getting set up. I mean, I don't know how this thing can miss. Surely it's going to aim into that huge, vast column over there that is getting set up. I'm very much excited to see how that does with some more sort of like Dutch or Belgians there as well. And we have a cavalry unit in behind. Let's go for some chasseurs cheval here. And that Ulan there might just about take out the chasseurs. That was very close. The artillery there nearly got taken out very, very early on. And as you can see here, we have artillery. They are setting up here, ready to go in on these Frenchies. And I mean, I hope these guys are going to get a volley off, because the French are coming thick and fast. Here we go, boys. It seems like it's going to be a pretty quick-paced battle in this one. Already there's a shot going off. Yes, if you're a fan of all things NTW3 and would like to see some more NTW3 action, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, and let's continue to support. As the first charge fails, the second one comes in, the brave officer leading the way. Look at him, absolutely charging in there. What an absolute weapon. He's getting in there, he's going to take these Dutch down with him as the column comes in, the 4th line infantry going in, and look at that, they're charging off into the forest as well. Finding more of these Dutch, are going to go in. There's also cavalry in here as well. We've got some Chevaliers are trying to get involved. And quickly these guys are routing the Dutch infantry, and very easily done there. Very nicely done indeed. And there you go. Artillery, infantry all routed easily. And look at that mass column of Frenchies. What is this? This is crazy. They're all just charging up this road. Like it's lives depend on it, which I guess they do. But yeah, here you can see some, it looks like some more like Dutch infantry retreating there.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Got some more like cavalry back here. Looks like some allied cav of some sort. I've not seen anything too. I mean, these are technically British. They look like KJL cavalry, and we've got some British infantry back here. So there is a little bit of British. I haven't seen much in the way of British troops. Mainly just the Dutch. You can see another French army over here. We've got Real here as well. Also storming across, and more Real over there. I presume these are probably all Real, to be honest. And who is? Oh, we got Kellerman, of course, as well. With all his cuirassiers. That'll be fun to see in action, that's for sure. And it looks like they actually managed to take out that little chasseur. They managed to actually take out this Dutch unit. That's pretty good to see. Well done on them. But yeah, it seems as though we got big Dragoon units here setting up. Look at this. Got Chevalier Lancers as well. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty decent Chevalier. I always see this like uniform, like the green and the red, and always think this is a pretty damn good one. If I remember, it used to be pretty good, I thought. And it looks like, yeah, more Chevaliers over there. So France is pretty easily going to just like swap that first British army. How like the Quatre setup is, the British have one army is very much isolated. Whether it was they just put a few forces to slow them down, and what we see here is the rest of their forces retreating. But we're now actually coming to the crossroads where Quatre is, and yeah, I can see Brunswickers here already setting up. We've got some like grenadiers or some sappers there setting up. Excellent to see. I do love the Brunswickers, like the light blue and black. It's a good vibe. I do like it. We have the Scots here as well going into the Highlanders. They're going into battle. These absolute warriors of the 19th century, big by both French and British, I'm sure. Yeah, they're setting up. I'm seeing a lot more red coats now appearing. This seems like a bit of a... Yeah, this is a red coat unit, but it's certainly not British. These are Hanoverians. It's like some Landwehr troops here, so they will have to do their best. You can tell because of like the Landwehr sort of style hat that they have. So yeah, this is more like from the Hanoverian territories that Britain has control over. It looks like, yeah, the assault onto Quatre is going to be getting underway pretty soon. The French, sorry, are setting up some 6-pounders here. They're going to be ready to pound down that road, do some hard work on those British. And it looks like the Scots are going to have the honour of defending this little village here, this little farmhouse. That could be pretty painful though for them. I imagine that's going to be hit heavily by those 6-pounders. We'll see though. Look at this. The French are coming in from 2 different directions, ready to swamp the British here. This is going to be brutal for these British armies here. I mean, they are like, yeah, look at that. You can see the red column coming down and the other like red lines just forming up there. It's going to be brutal. See how this goes. If the French don't slow down, it looks like it's going to go into melee. Like, this is going to be crazy. Shots already firing. I can see those in the distance there. A few French starting to drop, but not too much. Not slowing down the lines at all. Need like an artillery piece here. Oh, there is one. There is one. I don't know if that's, yeah, that has just actually carved a lot of troops up there. Most of them should get up, but it might demoralize them a little bit here. If we get a cavalry charge, that'd be even better. Oh, these aren't all British, that's why. We have like a Dutch unit here as well. I think they're going to go into melee fairly soon. There's no way they can slow them down at all. Yeah, here comes the cavalry. Form square does route. Looks like a perhaps a Jaeger unit there, but here we go, the French charge coming in, and this is going to be pretty hectic, that is for sure. In go the infantry. Classic British versus French standoff. And yeah, look at that. British, I mean, they're not British troops, they're the Dutch troops. They're really suffering from that charge. They look like they're going to be broken. They might need the Highlanders over here, or those sappers. Where are they? There are the sappers. They might need to go in soon. Or the cav might need to go in. Yeah, look at this. French column's not slowing down. If anything, it's just like getting bulked up. It's getting a bit more trapped. The KGL Hussars here, for some reason, pulling back even though they were winning this fight. Whether it's because there's more heavy cav over here. Well, not heavy. It's just Kellerman's cavalry. It looks like they've routed the light, like the Green Rascals, the lighter infantry of the KGL. It's a very good unit here. British, though, should turn around and defeat this cavalry. I don't know what they're doing. It's a very simple fight for them to win, 2v1. Look at this, though. Britain has got a pretty good flanking angle onto the French here, who are now taking that road, and now they're into the town already of Quatre, fighting pretty bitterly. Sappers here trying to do their best. Hold these guys at bay. They are basically grenadiers. Here comes the British reinforcements quickly coming down the road. They need to get here ASAP, and this is what France is worried about, is like the French have time is against them, as more and more British will be arriving with every passing minute. Looks like we can see a counter-charge here from the British. I don't know if this is a smart idea. British are better at shooting than they are in melee, that's for sure. In they go. How are they going to do there? And they're in point-blank range right now of the British. They cannot miss. Look at this. There you go. It goes a brutal volleys. I mean, red morale on a couple. If they manage to break a couple of the Frenchies, it might cause a chain reaction here. There you go, 2 breaking. Seeing the cav pull out as well. Chevalier is retreating. Looks like the Highlanders are still holding strong in this farmhouse back here, but the French have moved on. They don't give a damn about this. There's actually a few unfortunate Highlanders as well outside the building. British Lambert or the Hanoverian Lambert can form square. That's kind of handy to know. Look at the bodies though, as these brave British defenders defend this house. Look at our French bodies ringing it. More French breaking there. Hold the line, Britain. Oh my gosh, look at that. So many French breakings. An entire French army just gone there. This melee just spam did not work. Did not work. The cuirassiers in here though, trying to deal some damage to the British. Slice and dice them, boys. Slice and dice them. These French cav as well is pretty close to a general there. The Dragoons are getting scared off, just about, but yeah, I mean, they're very close to getting to that general. I mean, that could change the battle as soon as the general dies. Kelvin bringing up more heavy cav. He's bringing up the Carabineers this time. One of my favorite Like, looking units are amazing. Hope they kick some ass, that's for sure. I mean, still Britain holds on to this sort of area here. These look like sort of, I don't know, they might be saps and miners by the looks of their uniform, actually. They're holding the line here. Here go the Carabineers. They're going in. You can just finish, get the final blow on those the saps and miners. The Brunswickers here, still holding. Incredible. Get a volley off, boys. Hit these Carabineers where it hurts. Oh, here they come. Into melee go the Carabineers. These guys, I don't think they form square by the looks of it. Doesn't look like that great. The Carabineers are routing. That's because of the cover fire they're getting from the house here of those Brunswickers, and that is a painful place to assault. They're going to have to assault this house with an actual unit, like a grenadier or anything like that, if they have anything like that, just to take it. France looks like they're having a bit of luck on this side here, routing another Highlander, but they are clearing out this tree line quite nicely, but another British line is forming up here. We're going to make a sort of like British, might be all British actually, there's a lot of redcoats here. Yeah, all British troops here forming up. Oh, we've got some Hanoverians on the end as well. That's good to see. You know, you've got to see the Hanoverians being represented. Yeah, that's our first line gone. Now the French have to deal with the second line, and more British still arriving now. There's a fair few Hanoverians in there. There are still plenty of British. Yeah, more of these Hanoverian militia just coming forward. It's a militia spam really by Britain. It's an unusual one, that's for sure. Looks like a lot of these French infantry, yeah, they're gone for good. France has a lot of cav though in reserve, lots of heavy cav. I mean, this is the problem with Kellerman. Heavy cav is pretty damn good, but once it gets into melee, it can get pretty stuck and can be not as useful.
Our men are running.
Britain's also got an infantry unit just way back here. It's a Dutch unit or something. It's, I think, returned. But yeah, as you can see, the battle is intensifying around Quatre. I mean, the British are actually now sending forward their own infantry. It wasn't exactly a charge though. I don't know if Britain will win this one, but we'll see. Certainly France will appreciate Britain sending infantry like this down into be sacrificed. I don't know if the British try and get a better angle there. Fight on! Kill every last one of these damn Frenchies. Oh, here comes more heavy cav, seeing an opportunity to take out an easy British infantry unit. Now I charge on. Carry on the charge. See if you can take out some of these infantry units here while they're too busy just firing. It looks like they might. It doesn't look like Britain actually was paying attention. The Jurassic look like they've got in there. Ooh. A brutal volley at the last minute though. I don't know if that was technically fimming, but we'll see. That's certainly going to do some damage. Well, I'll say it was going to do some damage to those Cuirassiers' morale, but it doesn't seem like it has. Here we go. Cuirassiers are holding these infantry units down, and now look at this. We're going to see a bayonet charge now from the infantry. These guys are going to go in. Might do a lot of damage. British line. Red morale already looking good here for the British, but the French are also starting to rout in a few areas. Volleys are going off at the last minute by the British. Are pretty decisive here. Yeah, look at this. Lots of red morale going on from the French right now. Britain, though, is having some routing of his own. There's a second line already forming up, ready to shoot these Cuirassiers as they come in. They're not even giving a damn about shooting their own friendlies. What have we got here? Another Brunswicker unit here. Very nice. I have no idea what this unit is. It's like maybe like a Hanoverian unit, like a Feld battalion or something. I'm not sure. It's like a mix of redcoats and greencoats. It's a strange one, that's for sure. The Cuirassiers still carrying on though. They're exhausted. They're winning slightly. They're getting shot to pieces though. I don't know. That is definitely fimming. So the cavalry is very much engaged with them there. I think they're going to kill that Cuirassier off pretty easy there. But Britain, see a lot of routing going on here. France, if it can have a a huge hit here, can do a lot of damage. Britain still has more men on the way. What is this? Britain has endless troops, including more artillery. Actually, a lot of artillery set up back here. What is going on? How much does Britain have? Usually it's France with the numbers, but I mean, Britain just seems to have endless troops. I mean, I know that they have like a lot of reserve armies, about 2 or 3. But I thought they would have all been on the battlefield by now. Look at this, Britain's now coming in on the flank and is going to flank France here if they don't start thinking about retreating. These are some good units here. Some, like, looks like some Dutch or Belgians supporting the British redcoats. Cavalry still coming forward here, different unit this time. This is Michel Ordonez. One of the finest cavalrymen in all of France. I don't know, he might be, he might not be. Probably is if he commands the Cuirassier regiment. It's not looking good for the Cav, that's for sure. And the infantry's not doing too well either. Like Colonel General, 101 men, they've all routed. I mean, France has got, looks like, one reserve army himself to bring forward. And here it comes. Let's see what these guys can do. There's some big units here. Whether they're big enough, though, we'll see. But yeah, more artillery coming forward here. I need more infantry. They could do is setting up their artillery like point blank range. I mean, this is what they're doing exactly now. I'm seeing 8-pounders being set up right in front of these British lines. That could do a lot of damage to the British. And what they're going to do? Charge the guns. The French just counter with heavy cav. I mean, it's what they should do. What we got here? 4 cuirassiers coming forward. Back into the front lines for you fools. Got Michel Ney in the front line here. What's he doing here? Gonna rally his men, I guess. Here we go. Heavy cav going in. I guess British can't put them square because it's too small. Because they just tried to take that cavalry charge like a champ and it didn't work. There you go. They routed pretty easily. What do they move on to next, though? I mean, now they're kind of like in a pretty bad position because they can get shot from the second line and getting shot on the flank. Yeah, look at that. That unit is getting out of there. Frederick, you made a big mistake going into that infantry unit. It just wasn't worth it. Now the real fight, the real infantry fight is starting to take place in this right there. Look at that brutal volley from the French. I'm surprised it didn't break any of these British units. They are breaking a couple of the Frenchies. The Laguerre, they're gone. But the guard, Paddy. That's seriously breaking like 9 men. 7 men. Jeez. Ain't messing around with that Laguerre. And neither does this Laguerre as well as it charges in. France really trying to use the melee abilities here. Try and break through these land there. But they're not doing it. They're nowhere in hold strong. And more allied troops now shuffling into this forest. We've got looks like a lot of like, Dutch infantry here, little like skirmishes they're setting up. Harassing the French as they arrive into this forest. And it looks like that fighting line here, firing line of the French is all but broken. Sitting in the remaining few infantry units here. They didn't get a charge off either. Don't know if it's a misclick or what. I don't think they're going to win this fight either. We've got an officer there for Britain, killing Frenchies for his king and country. As a good patriotic British man does in this time period. Oh my gosh. Yeah, some withering fire here from the British as the French come forward. Another bayonet charge. Another hopeful bayonet charge. And you get a volley off. No, doesn't seem so. Looks like there's going to be some cuirassiers coming with support. It's a good idea. Well, everything's in melee. Definitely a good idea. Just trying to do a rear charge on infantry. It's a lot of morale damage. There you go. The Cap's in there. Trying to do some work. Morale for this British unit. Yeah, kind of suffering. Look at that. Down to red. Might break in a moment. They break one, they'll break a couple more. I mean, look at, yeah, there's one broken over here for the British. So they start a bit of a chain reaction, we'll see. In fact, it looks like those British reserves will be needed. Wherever they are, they're all back here in Quatre still. I don't know, it seems like it's a little dive. The French got a Brunswick assault cab unit here that's shifting forward. Got infantry as well back here, so try and do their bit. Try and weaken these Frenches. I think these are some of the return ones that came up that huge, like in that huge battle column there up the road. Enemy general is dead. That is not a good sign. I think that's one of the British generals dead. That's a bit of a win though for the French. Very nice. But yeah, look at this. Britain still has endless troops here. What is this? What is this absolute menace that is Britain? Now they're setting up their own artillery here. Look at this. I mean, I don't know how great an idea this is. So, like, they've got artillery set up here. It's just gonna fire through its own, like, its own allies, its own comrades here. Like, I don't know if you're looking at where you're firing, guys, but you could end up shooting your own gun crews here. It's mad. Set up properly. Yeah, they're doing some good work, putting some harrowing fire onto the French there. And it's still kind of in the balance, you know. France is actually having a bit of a resurgence here, routing the British in the centre. But they are, it still seems like Britain has more reserves, and it's obviously we can't see their full force because they have the fog of war we're seeing from the French perspective. But yes, if you want to send in your own NTW3 replays that feature on the channel, if you want to get involved in some NTW3 battles, feel free to join my Discord. The link's down below in the description. If you're like, oh man, I really enjoyed the NTW3 mod, I really want to give it a go, feel free to join. We are a welcoming community. We take both veterans of the game and also brand new green players. It's always fun to play and interact with you Total War fans. So do not fear if you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm a bit of a newbie, I don't really know if I could join. There you go, Brunswick is doing their job. Don't get them down. These Frenchies holding the crossroads of Quatre with every last ounce of energy. Don't know why I went into a French accent, but I did. I mean, in this battle historically, I mean, it's not really a historical battle this time. We're just doing a bit of a wacky custom. I mean, I guess it's historical factions. But yeah, at this battle, I mean, it was a French victory, sort of. I mean, the British were just kind of tactically retreated. I wonder if that'll happen again. Certainly seems as though Britain might win this time. I'm not sure though. France with one great melee charge, a couple of cap charges from those, if they've got any cuirasses left, so they could turn this whole battle around. I mean, look at this. This is a big melee fight here. All it needs is one cap charge. I mean, look, French are forcing back the British here, and they could get to the guns. You never know. There are guns here that are very much under threat. They hit one of the French units here. Yeah, look at this canister. It's doing a lot of damage. I think they're going to break a couple of the infantry units here. But Britain didn't seem to want to fight. He's actually trying to retreat. The guns are getting out there as well. They limbered up pretty quickly. And here we go, yeah. Britain is, I mean, Britain's won over on this side, looks like quite easy. France has been absolutely routed, but France is kind of pushing out this tree line here with some aggression. It doesn't look like they have much in the way of heavy cav of any cav. I can't even see the French cav. No, I don't think they have any. In fact, that is a sad sight. There you go. Fighting on. Britain versus France. Decades worth of a rivalry here. We decided in this battle. Yeah, they're going to rout some of these like land bear, but they're also getting routed themselves, the French. Why are you shooting back here, sir? like the general for this British unit being shot. General has been killed. That is not good at all. This French army over here was routed by the Brunswickers. And it looks like they took the general down with them. That's a sad sight, that is for sure. And now the remaining British can just wrap around the French here. And there'll be a nice bit of a sandwich. A French sandwich known as a baguette. And the filling will be French soldiers. That is for sure. But yeah, I mean, it was quite a quick-paced battle, this one. I mean, we got straight on into it with a big bayonet charge from one of the Real armies. I wonder whether... I don't know. I mean, I have a feeling that the British had multiple, like, different corps. I'll show the end results at the end. I think they had a couple of different, like, 1815 corps. I think the French have all used Real. Which, whether that kind of, like, damaged them, because, you know, it's very, just all the same. Same core, it kind of, you know, gives them a very narrow options. But yeah, no, it seems as though French are going to retreat. They're going to try and get themselves out of here as quickly as they can. And the British are having none of it. They're trying to use this road, try and get behind the landwehr here, and the Brunswickers. They might be able to get a side charge off here. The British really need to be pushing forward on this side, trying to just keep the pressure on and wrap this battle up as quickly as they can. I mean, not that I have a feeling... Oh, the French have one cav in reserve. How does this get back in? Les Condes Dragoons managed to get back in. Maybe they will get a charge onto a British general, but they all seem well protected. Britain seems to be aware of the Dragoons in the back line. Where was this? They needed this for the charge in the front, really. Not for... or just they needed to time it with the back charge, like the back charge when the frontal assaults came. Yeah, France is in no way, shape, or form able to turn this around now. Another general has fallen, I think. That is not good. Oh, it's Real himself, I think, yeah. Oh no, Real has been shot off his horse. What a dishonorable way to be killed. Well, a dishonorable way to kill a general. I guess Real can't help it. He didn't see the cannibal coming, that's for sure. There you go, yeah, the British volleys. Starting to do a lot of damage. I mean, the French have no general now, I don't think. Yeah, morale will be pretty costly. Here we go, a charge from the Dragoons. One of the last hurrahs, the French cavalry. Looks like he's going to get these guns. I think it was an intended target, I'm not really sure. Seems like they went for the infantry here, but yeah, there you go. The guns have at least been decrewed for now. The crew's not routed just yet. Looks at the cavalry, in fact. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. The gun crew, I think, helped rout that cavalry. What? Wow, that is impressive. Absolute chads, you guys are. There you go. They're running for their lives. That was any last hope, really, of anything too interesting happening. There's another cav charge on the side. Yeah, looks like there's maybe... Oh no, there's British cavalry here, light cav moving forward. But we'll just fast forward now as like the final sort of French units just get mopped up here. I don't think there's really much left. Inside, there's just a few, like the Cavs here is going to just rout these Trilliers if they don't get just charged down by British infantry. But yeah, here we go. Like the Trilliers, all that survive as the British go in, charge them. Actually, it's even Dutch. How ironic. The Dutch, which suffered so much at the beginning of this battle, look like they're going to have the last bit of the battle themselves. But there you go, guys. That is today's NTW3 battle. I hope you did enjoy. Hopefully I'll put up the end results for you to have a look at. This is sent in by Johnny the Buffoon, who was playing as one of the French armies. Thank you very much, man, for sending it in. It was very much appreciated. And well done to everyone else that took part in this one. There's some big kills on there for some of the players. We'll have a quick look at the unit stats. I mean, Johnny's army, 95. One of his Chasseurs Cheval is the best. Cav, it did quite well. But his infantry, yeah. The 1815 corps for France just aren't that heavy hitting. It was one of the complaints I feel like was of the players playing in this one. The French infantry doesn't heavy hit as well. It does have to rely on melee, and it did kind of suffer in this one. I feel like a little bit here. Whether they could have played it better, I feel like there's a huge like waste of infantry that we saw when they just charged up this slope over here. But yeah, they did their best. Anyway, guys, that is today's battle. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and comment, show your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.